Hi, it's Mark from Training Spark here. And this video is aimed at people who use the Arlo Training Management software and want to attach an online learning element to their training. Now, Arlo gives you a few options for this. So if we head over to Features, under Apps and Integrations, you can see that it connects with a few different LMSs. And LMS stands for Learning Management System. And these are external platforms that you can use to set up online learning courses. So we've got Moodle, CoAssemble, and LearnDash. And each of these are great in their own right. What we're going to do in this video is look at this one here, which is LearnDash LMS, because we feel that it's a really quick one to set up and easy to use, and has lots and lots of options, and it's something that we really like. So LearnDash LMS is a plugin for a system called WordPress. So WordPress, in case you haven't heard of it, is something called a content management system. It's by far the most popular content management system on the internet, and it powers a crazy number of websites. So, a significant number of websites that you visit day to day will be powered by a system called WordPress. And WordPress not only can create websites and blogs and e-commerce platforms, but with plugins like this one called LearnDash, you can also turn it into an e-learning platform and allow people to log in and carry out online courses and things like that. So LearnDash is a plugin that you can buy from this site here, learndash.com. We think it's great. We've been using it for several years, and have a look at the LearnDash website to find out more. But because it's based on WordPress, we find that it's really open. You can do lots of things with it, lots of options for design. You can bring things very easily into your own company brand, whereas some of the other options on here, like Moodle, is actually a lot more difficult to bring on brand, and there's less scope for design in our experience with Moodle than something like LearnDash LMS. And one of the other things is that it's a lot quicker to set up a LearnDash LMS than a Moodle one. A Moodle one requires a bit more of a technical background to set up and maintain. So what we're going to do is come to our WordPress website, and what we have here is just a basic WordPress website here, and this is the kind of thing that you would be able to create in WordPress, just a nice looking website. But at the moment, there's no online learning element to this. This is just a website. It's got your standard home, about, contact, and that's about it. So what we're going to do first is install the LearnDash plugin. So if you have a WordPress website and you are familiar with the back end of this, you will recognize this area here, and you will be able to add plugins to it. So what we do is head to plugins and then add new, and you can then upload a plugin. And what you'll find is that you get sent a zip file and potentially a license key when you buy the LearnDash plugin. So we'll just choose install now here. And once that's installed, it's nice and quick to install like that. We can activate the plugin. And once that's activated, we'll end up at this LearnDash setup wizard. So I'm just going to close that for now, but if you were installing LearnDash for the first time, that's a great place to start. I'm not going to go into every setting of LearnDash here. I would just want to give you an overview of what it can do. So if we head here now that we've got this installed, we have this LearnDash LMS section in here. And it shows you what you can actually create with this. So you can create a basic course structure, and you have a bit of a hierarchy here of courses being the main outer shell of it. And these can be made up of lessons and topics. And what I'll do shortly is show you an example of a course that I've created and some lessons and topics within it, and to show you how these work. But the outer section is you create these courses, and they can be made up of topics and lessons. And within these, you can have quizzes, And these can be anything from like multiple choice, true or false, drag and drop. There's lots of different quiz questions you can have in there. And these quizzes contain questions within them. You can also have certificates. So if someone passes a course or a particular quiz, what you can do is assign a certificate to those, and those can be just downloaded by the learner as a PDF when they pass them. You've also got groups, which are a great way of grouping learners together to give them access to courses as a group. So what you can typically do is give individual users access to courses, but you can also, a quicker way of doing this is to add all of the users to certain groups and give the whole group access to certain courses. So that's more of a bit of a time saver, but what it essentially means is that you can create groups of learners and manage them as groups rather than having to edit each individual person and give access to courses individually. You can manage them on a group basis. It's a big time saver. And you've probably seen that in Arlo when you create events, you create a group of users within that event. And we'll see later that you can actually map whole events into LearnDash groups. There's a new feature within LearnDash called challenge exams, which is sort of the first step into something called dynamic learning, and it allows learners to complete an exam before accessing a course to see whether or not they're of a level to be able to access it. And if they are, you can give them different paths and give them access to different courses depending on whether or not they pass this exam. There are also assignments, which are ways that learners could upload information or upload assignments for you to then view and mark. So it's a kind of upload type of course assignment. And there are things like reports and other settings that you can have within LearnDash. So if we head back to our course now, what I've done is created some basic courses. And if I head to this All Courses page here, we can see that we've got courses that learners and groups can be enrolled onto. And we get a sense of their status, whether or not they're enrolled and whether or not they've completed. So let's have a quick look inside one of these. So we've got a yoga course here, and we can give it some instructions. And we can see the course content here. So this is where the course lessons and topics come into it. We can build up a structure of courses here. And we can see that it's nice and easy to bring in things like videos, pictures. Learners can mark these as complete as they go through them. And it's just a nice visual course. And it's all baked within your WordPress theme. So it's all really nice and easy to bring this on brand and just make it look really nice. So if we head back to the course, one of the things we can do here is add quizzes to courses as well. So I've got a basic quiz here, and we can add some questions to this. This one's just multiple choice questions, but once someone has completed these, they can get a score and they can see what answers they got right and wrong and things like that. So it's just really quick and easy to create nice looking courses that can be a great companion for your face-to-face or Zoom training. So what we want to do now is link our online courses with our Arlo Training Management system. And what we're going to do that is use a separate plugin that we created that integrates Arlo and LearnDash. So there's more information about this on our site, training-spark.com, and we'll put a link to this below the video. What we essentially want to do is link either events or e-learning with these courses so that anyone who registers onto either an event or an e-learning module will automatically get access to the course. And what I've got in my Arlo platform here is an e-learning module called Seek Health with Yoga Sadhana. And what I want to do is make it so that anyone who gets enrolled onto that course or buys access to that course in Arlo will automatically be enrolled onto this course within LearnDash. So to do that, we install this plugin. So if I head back to our WordPress install here, where we've got our LearnDash platform ready set up, I'm going to go to plugins and then add new. And what I'm going to do again, as I did with LearnDash, is go to upload plugin, browse to the file, which again will be a zip file, and just install it. Once installed, we can activate it, and like we did with LearnDash, we'll now have an extra option here. And what this does is allows us to integrate Arlo with our LearnDash platform. So we'll get asked for a license key, which I will just pop in here. And once that's activated, we will then be allowed to link our sites to Arlo. So I'm going to show you now just how easy this is to connect to Arlo. I'm going to head to the Arlo platform and go to Contacts. And what we're going to do is create a new contact, and their username and password will sort of act as a bridge between your system and your Arlo system and your LearnDash system. So if I just give this a name like integration account, and I'll say my integration account at trainingspark.com, so you can put in any email address that ends in your company domain there. What we're going to do is just copy that down, because we'll need that shortly as part of the username and password. What we do is just scroll down and head to the security tab here, and what we want to do is give them system administrator and access to the API levels of access, save it, and we can see that this integration account was being successfully created. We can click on it, and then it gives us this option to activate the account. And from here, we can create a password, and that will then become the link between our LearnDash platform and our Arlo platform here. So we'll activate the account, and having just there copied down the email address and the username, what we can do is bring this in. So every Arlo platform will have a URL. So if I copy this here, my one here is candlelearning.arlo.co, and what we do is put in that email address that we created there and the password that we put in. If I now click Save Changes, sorry, I need to take out this HTTPS, so we just need the candlelearning.arlo.co bit. We save that, and now it says we're connected. So now it's established a connection between our LearnDash platform and our Arlo platform. And now that's created, what we can do is integrate our platform, our learning platform here with Arlo. So I'll just head to New Integration here. And what it allows us to do is set up what on Arlo's side links to what on LearnDash's side. So if you remember, we created an e-learning event there called Seek Health with Yoga Sadhana here. That is in this list here. But equally, you can also have the events, which are slightly different to e-learning, but you might have a few in here. And they're both the same. They both can be mapped to e-learning courses and groups on LearnDash. So for the purpose of this, I'm going to choose e-learning and choose my Seek Health with Yoga Sadhana course there. And what I'm going to do is choose the group or course that I want to give them access to. So if you recall, LearnDash has groups, and one way to enroll people onto courses is to put them into a group first and then enroll the whole group onto the course. So you might want to enroll them into a group, or you might want to just give the people in this e-learning event access to a course. So we just map them one-to-one like that, and that's what I'm going to do here. We can activate or deactivate this option, and we also have the option to mark some things complete in Arlo when they do things. So I'll come back to that shortly, but what I want to do is just show you the basics of linking the two. So now we've saved that, we have our events linked up. So firstly, I should explain that what this now does is checks Arlo every 5 minutes to see if anyone new has been enrolled onto our Seek Health with Yoga Sadhana course. So I have a number of registrants already on here. If anyone subsequently joined, after 5 minutes or within 5 minutes, the LearnDash system would check to see if anyone new has joined, and if they have, it would automatically bring them in. If you have any existing users, so if you create a link like we have here to a course that already has some users on, what we'll need to do is import those manually. So what we can do is click on this Import Historical Users option here, and very quickly that'll run through and bring those 3 users into the online learning course. It will create accounts for them, give them access to the course, and just so it can see that, what I'm going to do is check the email of one of these. So if I just open a new tab, these are dummy users, and we've got made up email addresses that we can access via here. And if I was just to put in the email address for one of these users and just copy this out, we can see what they would have been sent. So they get this email here, and it has their details, and this is customizable, but you can change the information that appears above and below their credentials here. But what it will do is give them a link to your site, automatically create them a username based on their email address, and it will automatically generate them a password as well. So if I just log in as this user now, using the username and password that we've been given, we should find that we have access to the course that we specified. So if I head to all courses, this user has access to this Seek Health with Yoga Sadhana course, and they can just continue this and access the resources within it. So that's for any users who already existed. What we're going to do, just to show you here, is create a brand new user and show you how that they will be imported into the system after a period of time. So if I just make up a new user here, and I'll say something like new Arlo user, and I'll just say something like new Arlo user demo at mailinator.com as their email address, and then save that. We'll just find that person again and import them. So we're now creating them a registration in this Seek Health with Yoga Sadhana course within Arlo. What we should find is that this user, and I'll just log in as them as well, so I'll log out as this person from before and go back to Mailinator and paste in their email address. They get some e-learning instructions from Arlo, which you can specify when you create the event. But what should happen within 5 minutes is that our system here that we've got set up in LearnDash will check to see that any new registrants on that course and automatically import them. So after a period of time, what we should find is that that person will receive an extra email with access to their course, and it will automatically have been created an account and been given access. So if that, it's just popped in here. So we've got this welcome to the course here. So this new Arlo registrant that we've just literally registered onto an Arlo e-learning event there now has this email, and they can click on it and copy out the details from that they've automatically been created for them, and they can log straight in and get access to their course, so they can get on with it straight away. So literally within 5 minutes of adding them as a registrant onto here, what's happened is it's automatically synced with our LearnDash platform, and they've been given access to their course, and they can get started straight away and get straight into the content of the course. So one of the other things here that we mentioned previously, if I head back to the Arlo and LearnDash integration here, we have our integration between our Arlo Seek Help with Yoga Sadhana event or e-learning, which is linked to our LearnDash course. On the right-hand side, what we can say is that we want to update Arlo's completion status when the learner passes their course, or all courses if they're assigned to a group which might have access to multiple courses. So this is optional, and what it means is that if it's ticked and this learner here passes all of the content of this course, it can automatically mark their registration as complete. So their status would go to completed. So just before I do that, what I'll do is I'll show you the other option here, which is to update an Arlo grade when the learner completes a specified quiz. So I'm going to tick that one again, and that will give us some more options here. And what this allows you to do is specify a quiz within your course, and it will pass the grade back to Arlo. And you might have an end of course quiz or something that you want every learner to pass. And you can select that here. So you would have a list of the quizzes on your course here, and you can choose it. And once that's saved, once the person completes that quiz, it will update their status in Arlo with that grade. So I'm just going to whiz through this course now and complete the quiz as the learner. So I'm just going to mark these sections as complete. So I'll just go back to the course there. So one of the things that LearnDash does enforce is you can make it so that they have to watch videos in full to mark the lessons as complete. So I'll just watch that in full, and then we find that this mark complete button becomes clickable. And again, I'll just do that with this one. So it's just a way of making it so that you can see that learners are engaging with your content and actually looking at it rather than just clicking skip, skip, skip all the time. So they can mark these as complete. And we'll do the last one here. Let's mark that one as complete as well. And now, effectively, this person has marked all the content as complete. And what I'll do is I'll just pass this quiz again as well. These can be made random, by the way. I think I've just set it so that the correct answers are always at the top. So what we have is a quiz that we've passed with 100%. And if I go back to the start of the course, we can see that we've completed every bit of the content here. So what, in theory, now should have happened is that we'll have passed that information back to Arlo. And if I refresh here, we can see that one of the users has completed, and it's this new one that we were just logged in as there. So what has happened is it's automatically passed that information back to Arlo to say that this person has completed this course. And if I click into them, we'll see that we have a grade recorded, which is the grade that they had from that quiz. So I hope this gives you a good overview of how easy it is to set up an LMS and attach it to your Arlo platform and some of the options that come within it. We think WordPress and LearnDash is just a really quick and easy way to set up a course, and it can look great because you've got all the options of a WordPress theme, and it can be really on brand and lots of options. And it's nice and lightweight. You know, it's not too admin heavy to create courses in LearnDash when you compare it to some of the other platforms that are available. So we have lots of other training videos on LearnDash that we have on this channel. So if you like this and want to see more, have a look at some of those. And if you like the video, please give it a like. And if you'd like to find out more, please subscribe to the Training Spark YouTube channel.